Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's video we are talking about two classic Canadian pennies that could be worth big money, the Elizabeth II 1-cent coins from 1971 and 1979, both without mint marks. At first glance they might look like ordinary old pennies, but some of these coins are incredibly rare, especially if they are in uncirculated or proof-like condition, or if they feature unique minting errors that make them stand out to collectors. Let's get started. First up, the 1971 Canadian 1-cent coin belongs to an important period in Canadian coinage. After decimalisation in 1858, the penny became a key symbol of Canada's growing identity. The 1971 issue continued the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, introduced in 1965, designed by Arnold Machine. This portrait replaced the youthful first portrait by Mary Gillick and presents the Queen with a more mature and regal appearance. During the early 1970s, Canada was experiencing cultural and economic changes, and its coins reflected both tradition and modernity. The 1971 penny captures this moment perfectly. The obverse of the 1971 1-cent coin features Queen Elizabeth II facing right and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This elegant portrait by sculptor Arnold Machen is surrounded by the Latin legend Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God. Queen coins of this era have no mint mark, as they were struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. When uncirculated, this coin displays sharp details of the Queen's profile and hair, and the smooth glossy surfaces show minimal marks, giving it a bright reddish tone. Loved by collectors. The reverse side of the 1971 1-cent coin features the classic maple leaf twig design, created by George Kruger Gray. This design, used since 1937, shows two maple leaves on a single twig, symbolizing peace and pride in the Canadian landscape. The word Canada appears at the bottom, while the denomination 1 cent sits above the twig. The date 1971 appears below. The simplicity of this design makes it one of Canada's most recognizable and cherished coin faces, symbolizing both nature and national identity in uncirculated condition. Every vein on the leaves appears crisp and beautifully defined. The 1971 Canadian penny is composed of 98% copper, 1.5% zinc and 0.5% tin, giving it that distinct reddish tone that collectors love. The coin weighs 3.24 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge because it's made mostly of copper. The metal itself carries value, especially as copper prices rise. Coins preserved in mint state or proof-like condition show rich red or red-brown luster, characteristics that can greatly increase their market appeal and numismatic worth. In 1971, the Royal Canadian Mint produced approximately 454 million 1-cent coins, a large number by any standard. However, most circulated heavily and lost their mint luster over time. Finding one in true uncirculated condition, MS 60 or higher, is much less common today. The coin scarcity increases significantly as the grade improves. Pristine examples, graded MS 65 red or higher, are sought after by collectors, completing full date sets of Canadian pennies from the machine portrait era. Now let's talk value. A circulated 1971 penny is generally worth 1 cent, but in uncirculated condition the value rises sharply. An MS 60 red-brown example might sell for 25 cents to 50 cents CAD, while a brilliant red MS 65 coin can be valued between $5 and 10 Canadian dollars. Exceptional coins graded MS 66 or MS 67 red can fetch $20 to $50 CAD, depending on color and strike quality. High-grade certified coins in third-party slabs like PCGS or NGC often bring higher prices at auctions, especially if the coin shows exceptional luster and minimal spots. The 1971 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin is also known to have a few interesting minting varieties, and errors that boost its value among numismatists. Some coins exhibit die cracks, doubling on the date or lettering, or planchette flaws, occasionally minor misalignments, or weak strikes can also be found. While these may not be dramatic, serious collectors enjoy these oddities, and certain errors can sell for $20 to $100 Canadian depending on visibility and rarity. Always inspect your coins under magnification. A small doubling on 1971 could turn your penny into a valuable collectible. If you have a 1971 penny in excellent shape, keep it properly stored. Use acid-free holders or airtight capsules to protect it from oxidation and fingerprints, since copper coins can tone or darken with exposure to air. Keeping them in a cool, dry place is essential to maintaining their color. Collectors generally prefer coins that retain their original red brilliance, as brown toned coins are less valuable. If you plan to get your coin graded, avoid cleaning it. Improper cleaning can permanently damage the surface and drastically reduce its value. In conclusion, the 1971 Elizabeth II Canadian 1-cent coin without a mint mark might look ordinary, but it's a piece of numismatic history, representing the artistry and stability of Canada's currency during the 20th century. In uncirculated condition, its beauty and copper glow make it a must-have for collectors who appreciate vintage Canadian coins. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, this coin connects you to Canada's proud past. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos about rare and valuable coins from around the world. Do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated every week. Who knows? That little penny in your collection might just be worth more than you think. Next up, the year 1979 was part of a significant period in Canada modern coinage history. The 1-cent coin, introduced long before Confederation, continued to be a symbol of national pride and economic tradition. The 1979 issue features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, a design that had been used since 1965. This era marked an interesting phase where the Royal Canadian Mint was refining coin production quality and improving die details. Although the penny remained the lowest denomination, it represented an enduring piece of Canadian identity and was an everyday link between citizens and their economy. On the obverse of the 1979 1-cent coin, we find Queen Elizabeth II facing right and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This elegant portrait by sculptor Arnold Machine captures the Queen's grace and authority during her middle years. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God Queen. The coin carries no mint mark, as it was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa in uncirculated condition. The fine details of her hair crown and neckline stand out with exceptional clarity and reflect light beautifully when tilted under bright light. The reverse design, created by George Kruger Gray, features the famous maple leaf twig, 2 detailed maple leaves on a single branch. This image has been a cornerstone of Canadian coinage since 1937, symbolizing peace, nature, and national unity. The word Canada is boldly struck below with 1 cent above the design and the date 1979 beneath. When viewed under magnification, the veins of the leaves and the twigs' fine lines are sharply defined in uncirculated coins. Collectors admire this timeless design because it beautifully captures Canada's natural spirit and remains one of the most beloved reverse motifs in Canadian coin history. The 1979 Canadian penny is made primarily of copper, 98%, along with 1.5% zinc and 0.5% tin. It weighs 3.24 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and features a plain edge. These specifications had remained consistent for decades, offering a sense of continuity to collectors because Copper is a precious industrial metal. The intrinsic material value of the coin can sometimes exceed face value, especially during periods of high copper prices in uncirculated condition. The coin reddish-brown to deep red hue, depending on storage and exposure, can make it visually stunning. In 1979, the Royal Canadian Mint produced an estimated 754 million 1-cent coins, a large mintage reflecting Canada's growing economy and population. Although millions were made, most entered circulation and endured years of wear. Finding a 1979 penny in true uncirculated condition today is not as easy as one might expect. Coins that have never been handled or circulated, those kept in original mint sets or rolls, are the ones that attract collectors the most. Such coins maintain their original luster and sharp details, distinguishing them from. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value of your 1979 Elizabeth II penny. In circulated condition, this coin is typically worth only its face value of 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, the value increases significantly. An example, graded MS-60, read by a professional service, can sell for around 25 cents to 50 cents CAD, while those in MS-65 red condition might fetch $5 to 10 Canadian dollars. The rarest MS-67 red or flawless coins with perfect luster and no visible marks can reach $25 to 50 Canadian dollars or more. Proof-like coins from original mint sets sometimes achieve even higher prices due to their exceptional strike and mirror finish. Some 1979 Canadian pennies exhibit minor mint errors that can make them much more valuable. These include die cracks, die chips, off-center strikes, or double dies, especially on the date, or lettering errors involving die deterioration can create a ghostly or shadowed effect on Queen Elizabeth's portrait. While these errors are relatively uncommon, collectors eagerly search for them. Depending on the severity and visibility, an error 1979 penny can sell from $10 up to $100 CAD or more in some cases. Always check your coins carefully. Even a small misprint could make your penny a hidden treasure. If you have a 1979 penny in excellent condition, proper storage is essential. Avoid touching the coin's surfaces directly, as skin oils can tarnish the copper and dull the shine. Use cotton gloves when handling, and store your coins in airtight holders, flips, or hard plastic capsules. Exposure to moisture or sunlight can cause oxidation, turning the coin brown or spotted. Over time, serious collectors prefer coins with the red color designation, which indicates minimal toning. Remember, cleaning a coin will damage it and reduce its value, so always keep it in its natural state. In conclusion, the 1979 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin of Canada is more than just a small piece of change. It's a symbol of national pride and numismatic beauty, even though it's a common issue uncirculated. Examples stand out for their color, craftsmanship, and connection to an important chapter in Canadian history. Whether you are collecting for investment, education, or nostalgia, this coin is an essential piece for your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1979 penny, do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for weekly updates about rare and valuable coins from around the world. Drop a comment below if you have found a shiny 1979 penny in your collection. Who knows, you might be holding onto a little piece of Canadian history worth more than you imagine.